Does anybody know like the age range for you?
Kind of age as a student that reaching it.
I want to explore relationship and I also have I like this person. I'm attracted to this person. So my purpose is that this person must be my boyfriend. So
He has sharp mind and is ready to take up some responsibility.
Maybe have a determination that this is not exactly what I wanted to become. Okay. Now look at it from that angle. Things still on my side.
Still something to make decisions, irrespective of whether you are going to be successful or whether you are going to fail. You just make decisions.
Hi everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Zero Podcast. We bring to you life transforming content. And today, the topic we'll be looking at is called youth exploration and their insatiable wants. As it is, I will be the only one on set running the show. I have a co-host with me. She's an exceptional content creator. She is a model and which has fashion sense. The person of Sharon Abideji. Hi Sharon.
good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Okay.
How are you doing to sound?
Fine.
So I hope you are like excited with this podcast.
Of course.
So with me here, we're having amazing people here, great minds, and aside from my right, so we have Olawale Kolajo, who's an accountant, and Mr. Olarewantu April, if I'm right. Yes, and Mr. Kolawole Joel, and I'm with me, Greg and Soya. Thank you. Welcome to another episode of COG Podcast. So, dive into the topic, properly. I want to ask a question, please. Does anybody know like the age range for you? Because everybody say I'm youth. So please, do we know the age range? Can anybody tell me? Anybody? I'm here to call names. Hey, I'm Mr. April.
Yeah. It's from like I said it's I expect 45.
18 to 45.
They don't range.
So now people are looking at 18 to 45. Okay. Tell me, I will not agree. But anyhow, bigger.
Yeah, so you to be 16 to 35. Once 16 is when you enter university. To me, if you enter the university, you're already relieved because if you can't like cope with the social lifestyle of the university, you're only
So you have better events like community. Okay, so what's
To me, constitutionally,
okay?
that is about to go by the law of the country. That is my country, Nigeria. So youth start from 18. From 18 to 60, Nigeria categorize you as youth. Because at that moment, you are still a person of a mature mind, able mind, who can still contribute meaningfully in the economic development of the country. And that is why when you are age 60, they give you, the action to retire. Then from that 60, they believe you are now an old person and it is the responsibility of the country to give back to you or to give to the country. But when you look at the way the rate of development these days, the way people, those days, before you enter school, I can remember I was over 6 years before I started primary school. But these days now, at age 2, you're already going to school.
People age 1.
At age 1, thank you.
46
So,
months.
by that time, when we were speaking graduation, at 16, nobody will give graduation. During that, they won't give me. But now, at 16 now, in fact, at 15, some private investors will give graduation. So they believe that by that 16, at least you are mature in some extent. So if we look at it, what is going on now, coming out of the constitution, we can say from 16. But constitutionally, youth at
Is it to what age?
18 to that age 60. At that time, you can contribute something to the economy. You still believe that you are ignorant.
You are agree that you don't able by that.
Yeah.
Let's talk now.
Actually, yes. Even my
I heard that the role of youth is their strength. So if we categorize the youth or the quality of the youth, you say they are strong. They are sharp mind. They have sharp minds, and then they are young chap that can actually take responsibility to some level in life. That's why you see that the youth are always at the forefront, but they learn from the older ones to carry on the betting. Like he said constitutionally 18 to 60. Those 18, we still say he's still a teenager, you know. Then constitutionally wise, 18 can take up responsibility. I remember in those days when I was still on campus, the youngest chap in my set then, when I gained admission to the university, he was 14 years. I could remember. He was 14 years.
on campus.
Yes, on campus. So at the second year, which is 200 level, he said he's no more interested in that particular course. He had to resit again to write another exam and then to enroll as a medical student. So he has all the time because he's still young. So I believe that if you're a youth, if you are categorized as a youth, first of all, the first quality you need to look at is that the person is strong, he has sharp mind, and is ready to take up some responsibility. You know, it's good. But according to this topic we are looking at, youth exploration and their insatiable ones, how do we control youth exploration to the extent that they won't derail and then fall a victim of some consequences behind it? Separate. Can you please tell us how can youth be controlled? The youth exploration. What youth run after? You know, like that sharp mind that I told you about, like I met on campus. They see, you know, he has wasted money, time, and effort running 100 level. Yes, 100 level, 200 level. That 14-year-old boy there. And then he looked at it and said, 2 years is not a waste. I can still go back and do what I want.
It's for 2 years.
Yes.
So we cannot even even like 14 years, or what we are talking about, it actually had the goal. Maybe had the determination that this is not exactly what I wanted to become. You now look at it from that angle. Things sitting at my side.
Yes,
So
sir.
let me start on the road to acquire the particular.
I'm talking about youth. Now, the 14-year-old guy was indecisive.
Thank you.
To be decisive, and that's what they call youth. Like to see something, you make decision, irrespective of whether you are going to be successful or whether you are going to fail. You just be decision. That kind of person, that kind of mind.
Do you actually think all youths are decisive?
You see, let's start from that sharp man and what we call this name. At 14. Now, what was the motivation behind him seeking admission into the university? Now, why is it now that when he has already been admitted, he wasted money and resources, that he now discovered that that's not the course he wanted to study and they now went back to the right exam.
If we look at it,
So it's that, you know what? You know, some parents nowadays, they are always deciding for some child, for some children. I want you to do this, I want you to do that. But you know what? I don't want to do this. This is what I want to do. But peradventure, they might ask him to go for that particular course, for that first, apparently pass jam. He was able to pass the same area and say, okay, we are already getting admission, they are going to. And I thought, okay, maybe I go after my maybe 1 year, 200 years, I will go back to the particular, the exact thing I wanted to do. The topic is fine. Exactly. So some parents, we don't want our children to be at home. But we shall go first. Oh, so when you are getting to topic, now change your course and it will go. It happens sometimes like that.
fulfilling parents' desires.
First.
Yeah.
Now coming to fulfill your own desire.
I remember one guy called Falls. Uh, I believe is someone that many of us know. You know, he went to study law, but right now he's into music and entertainment. So that's what he has passion for. So same thing. When you say he's not a youth at that period when he was sent to university, no. So I believe that if you want to really categorize a youth, yes, of course, he would have been mature to some level to take decisions. Yes, but I just want you to know that it's not all youth that have that boldness to take decisions. Yes, I mean bold decisions. Bold decisions. You get. So how do we really control the exploration of all these our youths of nowadays? We are talking about these modern days. How can we really control it to the extent that it won't be boomeranged by series of consequences that follows that kind of exploration? You know, exploration can be in two senses. It can be channeled positively and negatively. It depends on who is really guiding the person, who is really guiding the youth. That's why we see that nowadays many youth doesn't have a mentor. Talk less a disciple. Talk less a counselor. You know, they see them as irrelevant. But just like what you say, in that junction of that bus stop of taking some decisions, especially the sensitive ones, the critical ones, many youth believe that they can do it by themselves. If once I Google the internet, once I check through the social media, I should be able to see something that is related to what I want to do, and I will just go for it. So I believe that there's a place of counsel, you know, guidance, tutor to help you check and balance, and then lead one to that right direction. So I still want to hear from the house, youth exploration. How can it be controlled to the extent that it won't turn out to be shook with some consequences around it? And does any youth exploration happen without a consequence?
So sorry, before we dive into that, let's even talk about this youth exploration first. Like, is it like youth exploration? Like you said, it can be quite negative. This youth exploration, but let's know it. Is it really good? Is it good for youth to have exploration?
Is it really good for you to explore?
Let's look at what exploration is. We can call it expediting or halting. That is an activity of, thoroughly search for something or someone. Trying to get a purpose.
Thank you.
That is what exploration is all about. And everyone, before I remember, must have one goal or the other to achieve exploration. It's not a bad thing to explore. In fact, someone does not have anything he's pursuing, he ends up having everything pursuing. That is life. So there is no how you not have something you are aspiring to become. Now, as a youth, whatever you want to pursue in life, for whatever kind of exploration you want to embark on, must be something that is in agreement or that goes along with your purpose of existence. If it is not, then the consequence will not be taken.
How many youths understand what we call purpose?
That is it.
So it's what you know, or what you want to achieve. You know that thing, and you are looking at it like this. That's what we channel your energy. That's what you'll be able to channel your energy towards. But you don't know what you are running after. You don't have a purpose. you just following the crowd. Because if one does not have direction, you will definitely follow the crowd. Any wave that comes, you follow that direction. That's how it is. That's how it is. So purpose is important, and exploration, not that it's not, is good. But if it has directional purpose, to channel that energy towards. So, like I said, that a guide is important when it comes to a man exploring. There's a guide is important, so that the guide must have a positive influence on that person.
I want to say something concerning this exploration.
Okay.
You know, as a kid, sometimes you explore, like you want to do something, but you have to, like, as a kid. I heard the story of a parent who as a kid so quick to drink it, and in his mind was like, well, I want to taste this little try. I want to try it. Yeah, that was also exploration.
What kind of drink?
Like alcohol.
Okay.
That was also exploration because he wanted to try it. And at the end of the trying, he got back the text in it and for him to get back. When we say that kind of thing, exploration is bad.
That's what they're saying. Hey, we have said something about this both ways. Exploring the wrong way or exploring it in the right way.
Somebody said positive way and the negative way.
You mentioned something that it's very funny. You said only if you have purpose, right, that you can explore. Okay, for example, like most YouTube garden is common, right? I want to be in the research. I'm a certain person. If my main aim is to have sex at my boyfriend, right? That's the purpose. So I'm saying that I can go for it if that's my purpose.
I didn't say illusion yet.
He said,
I didn't understand what that is.
he said that if you want to explore something, you want to have a purpose, right? So now, my own exploration is I want to have a boyfriend, and that's my purpose, right? This relationship aspect. I want to explore relationship, and I want to have, I like this person, I'm attracted to this person. So my purpose is that this person must be my boyfriend. So can I go ahead? Now?
Based on my own profession, I've come to realize that there is nothing in this world with advantage without disadvantage. Life is of a change from point to point. Yes? And you know that there are some advantages that, if not well managed, it can even come to disadvantage. Yeah? There are some good things, if not well pursued, if not well managed, can come to bad things. You want to have a boyfriend, one, I don't got into the age of having a boyfriend. Two, you really understand the true meaning of boyfriend and girlfriend? Because one thing I've come to realize is that youth of nowadays, young, let me just say between the age of 16, or let me even go down to 14 to something like 25. Let me just put it in that age bracket. I've come to realize that they know so many things, but they don't understand everything.
And when the purpose of the thing is not done, at least put a detail.
Thank you. One thing is to know that there is what we call boyfriend and girlfriend. Another thing is for you to understand the concept of boyfriend and girlfriend. So if you don't understand that concept, the abuse
is very, very immediate. All right, so thank you for ironing that out. For us to know that exploring in a relationship in the wrong way will attract its own consequences also. And then if you are not right to take some steps in exploring a particular thing, that means that person too must be ready to face whatever that comes after. Yes, that's just the truth. Because one of the ways you see someone uh, called mature. Aside taking responsibility, he's also ready for the consequences
That responsibility.
of that responsibility. Every mature mind know that every responsibility, every action I take, there's always I must be ready for the reactions that comes after.
Yes. That is it.
So that's just the truth. So, but there are some things, there are some weights that youth cannot actually carry at that point. That's why I said we need proper tutelage, guidance, counseling to help us build our mind up to that capacity to be able to shoulder some heavy responsibility. We blame the government for bad roads, for inflations in the economy, and for corruption like that. And I look at it, I wonder. I said, if you at that your stage or at that your youth age, have that opportunity, even though just for 24 hours, have the opportunity to get to their position. I said, what's the assurance that you won't do worse than what they are doing? Then I look at it, I say, it's possible that those people even do better than people that are in government at this point. Why? Because they are not built yet to some things that those guys are taking up as a responsibility. What they have seen, where they have worked, the heavy loads of responsibility they are shouldering on their shoulder. If we just try 1/10 of it, some the youth try 1/10 of it, they will collapse. That's just the main truth. So instead, that's why I said, as for me as a person, I said before I criticize anyone, I'm going to put myself in the person's shoe and then look at the reason why. You see that why? The reason why that person is doing what he's doing. All right, so we'll be continuing with this show, but right now we need to go on break. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back shortly. Thank you, viewers. Welcome back. We are looking at this topic called youth exploration and their insatiable wants. And then we've been talking about what's going on in the youth of modern days, why the exploration, why they do what they do to get what they are getting at this point in time. I will want to ask one of my guests here, how can we control youth exploration in this modern day world? How can we really control the modern day youth exploration and their insatiable wants in this time?
I would say that it depends, because normally the human wants is insatiable and the resources are scarce. And we don't know what to do. But we're talking about the youth in this context. So many have dabbled in so many things, and I think it starts at the family level. Because you said something about not having mentors. For a child, the child in the home, his first mentor is the father and the mother. So as parents, parenting is not easy, but as parents, we invite these godly virtues onto them at a young age. Read the Bible to them. I'm not going to say read the Bible to them when they're very young. You might say yes, they don't comprehend what they are reading, but they are sowing a seed. The mind of the child is like a blank, a big blank and a sheet. Enough for the parents to write what they want in that child's mind, and it sticks forever. I'm not saying that all children will. I'm not saying that all children are the same, and some will digress, some will not do well. But that seed, that's incorruptible seed that was sown. So the seed of contentment, of patience, that's not the way you can call this negative, insatiable ones of things. Because while I was in school, going to the class, you take a look at the car park. So many cars there. Some of the lecturers, many of them are the Yahoo boys, like a showroom. They had the Range Rover Sports, Range Rover, the Mercedes Benz, ML350, 450, everything for massive. So, they dabbled into so many things because that contentment is not there. So it was instilled into them at a young age. So they just want to get it now, and get it now for the wrong reasons. And there are always consequences. So I would say it starts at the family level. That's what I have to say.
Thank you. What you said now make me to remember what the Bible says in Proverbs 22 verse 6. It's a very noble child the way she go. And when it is old, you will not depart from it. Just like you said, their heart is like a blank table plate where you can write on it. Where the parents are the first. They are the first mentors to start it. Alright.
Maybe to that. But don't you think that some legit business people is from the fact that they are not content with their situation?
Sorry, nice talk.
Okay.
Like I said, it's a two-way thing. I'm not saying that we should be satisfied with mediocrity. We should aspire for excellence. The right way, the right process. So, like you said, you need businesses that one can go for, and you can go for it and do what you want to do. But I was just saying it in context of you going for it the wrong way. So, like you two-edged sword.
I think all I is just trying to say about that. You made mention of all these Yahoo things. From their family level, actually they have the understanding of the world, just like as if they know what their parents are telling them. So those Yahoo guys, he was trying to say that you don't have to do things. You cannot endure as a student, in this life, there are stages in life. There are times you need to push. There are times you need to endure certain things. As a student, you cannot just expect as a student. Now, in terms of tech, as a student, they are making it, which is they are investing their knowledge, which is skills, to get something. For you as a student, they are not investing. You just want to get money and spending money. So I think that one is just trying to say they don't have the maybe family they must have actually tell them what they need to do. These are we will now let the children to pick whatever they want to.
So
most students are most for example, some top they started
Fintech. Yeah.
And students started with
They have paid me like this. They are trying to explore, so they are gaining more knowledge and they are using it wisely.
Using it wisely.
In the positive light.
Yes, in the positive light.
Let me
Okay.
You see, the work context is not talking about you folding your hands when you are in a situation that warrants you continue to establish Work contentment does not mean you folding your arm when you are in a situation that you are not satisfied with. Work contentment is actually talking about taking whatever comes to you in good faith and then try to strive further in order to make things better, if not better. That is what the work contentment is all about.
Don't you think people that went into God, they were not like, it was because of they were not satisfied about their situation?
Now, that now comes from your operation side. The control of the youth, exploration, and their insatiable wants. Economically, and when I place economics beside the Bible, I discovered that those professors of economics that brought out those concepts, they actually extract those things out of the description. We were made to know that human want is insatiable. And God that created us knows that He has put in us a kind of desire that always wants more. And that is why He said in that book of Matthew chapter 6 verse 36 that the only thing that we need to search for is just the kingdom of God. Leave the rest for God. He will add other to you. A situation whereby you do not now leave the rest of God, that is what brings about you wanting to create it at all costs. What the youth of nowadays are doing, not all. Those fraudsters, those 419, what they are doing now from the head. What they are doing now is that they kind of, I tell the consequence, I must get rich now. And it must be now. The students, they are talking a statement now. They will say, now we need a go to school. Now we need a read. Now we need a read. Now we need a go to school. Because they believe that in the iPhone, they can, and their data, you can adjust on people and millions of naira will come in.
I do know that with that same iPhone and that's why they can gain the education.
Now, that is for those that have a good foundation where they have been properly tutored. And that's how to move, like my brother said. See, you cannot give those to have. Many parents of nowadays, they feel their responsibility for training up their children. Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he grow up, he will not depart from it. Now, if you do not train up a child in the way he should go, then that child will try and find a way to go by himself. And that way he will try to find by himself will not be the right way. The parent that will leave home in the morning by 6 or whatever, is already out, he's not coming back until maybe 9 p.m. Before he will leave home, the children are not waking up, he's not coming back home, his parents are stepped up. Now, tell me, what control does that parent have over that child? The first goal of a child is the goal.
So, Eric, I want to ask a question. Okay, now we are talking about control. So, in the process of control, does that mean that, okay, you said, oh, charity, which I have like charity, you know, every tutor a child needs, morally, spiritually, something from them, yes. But, you mean that, okay, the job of the parent to control the insatiable want for the child. For example, now, let's say you are my father, I'm a child. You are doing everything to control me. Are you not putting me inside this cage
No.
Excuse me, sir.
Don't
Let me answer that. You see, there are some words in English that the way we actually use it is not actually what it means. So the word control is not actually does not really mean that you dominate or you have the final say over your children. What it means is that you are there just to direct their path, to use your own experience. You are more experienced than them. There is nothing they are passed through now that is not passed through. Even as we are saying that we are in the jet age or Gen Z, there is nothing they want to say that we don't have the idea. And that's your idea. It really goes a long way in guiding them. So that whenever they want to make decisions, you should be their first mentor. That they'll be able to say, if my daddy is there or if my mommy is there, how will she do or how will we do this thing?
Okay, can you give me an example of how a friend can, like, just example?
Thank you. I grew up in a village. I'm a typical village boy. Yes. And I was living with my grandma. That's my paternal grandma. And the house of my maternal grandma, was my mom and my dad, they both came from the same town. Now, one thing I know is that my grandma, two of them, they are not educated, they are poor illiterate. But I observed that if my paternal grandma tell me to do something and I refuse, and I, in annoyance, spoke my maternal grandma, I will discover that when I get there, it is that same thing that she will tell me. And at the end of the day, if I carry out that instruction, I always thank God for it. I'm a kind of person that, if you look at me, I'm a little bit reserved. I don't just react to anything. Those are the things I learned from them. You just have to study things before you react. And that has always been helping me. If you are doing one of it, yeah, you are doing something, and that thing is going. If you call me to it, I will walk on sit back. I will not react immediately. I will go back home, go and think over it. Now, I now discover that in the course of life, that has always been helping me. Even when I was in school, I've been using that idea or that thing that I learned from you, and that has been helping me going. Now, one thing I observe is that as a parent, you should be able to know, if not 100%, you should be able to know up to 75% of what your child can do. And you see, at times it baffles me when the parent will be saying, my child cannot do this, my child cannot do this, and at the end of the day, find out that your child can do it. But now, sorry, I'm not ruling out this societal influence. I'm not ruling it out. We are in jet age now, everybody with phone. But one thing I want you to know is that during our own time there was no phone, but that does not mean that there are no bad influences in our communities. We have them. But the way we were brought up, they are not the ones influencing us, rather we are the ones influencing them. Now, we have phone, you can log in now and get to know what providing is eating in White House. We don't have it there. So even at that, if your parents has properly trained your mind, you should be able to have control over whatever anybody is throwing at you.
Now we're coming to what you're saying. There's a level to how a parent can help each child.
Yes.
So when a child gets to that level too, there's a level whereby the child too needs to pick it up again.
Exactly.
Because it's not only the parent that is influencing the child.
They will not even be there for
Society is influencing the child. Social media is influencing the child. Peer pressure, friends. So many things are influencing the child. Even why are people really running outside running outside or maybe traveling outside the country? It's because the not only the society, the government will have a way of influencing what is happening in the nation world. So it's affecting virtually everybody. So you get. So then I want to ask, how can social media be a positive influence in the life of youth that are exploring to become something in life? How can social media really be a positive influence? We know that many of us have Android phones, even not iPhones. So I don't think everybody is in the analog age again. So how can social media, you can see a lot of people making anything on the social media. How can we really be a positive influence in the life of a youth that that is exploring to become something in life?
Because, in trying to be social things in life, as a youth, you need to set yourself as some kind of like mentor. It's whatever I put on my phone, I set on my phone that will come out. This is just the follow. I really want to improve it. That you don't put anything there, it will not come out. That you're not on it, it will not come out.
Yeah.
So it's whenever I go online to search for it, and I'm able to find out too. That if anything that you want there is there. They have bad one and they have it's anything that you want there like there. Just to you really want to know what is that you want. Like for example now, if you don't want to be a motivational speaker, there are people you need to follow online. There are people that will inspire you, that potential in you. There is social media, you follow them, they will bring it out for you. So then this is my mama second entity. That should be your identity now. There's nothing at the social media having in law, in a bad way and a good way. Depending on how it is, that's my own understanding.
That reminds me of why people follow people on social media. They say, I'm following so. Why are you following? Some people don't even know the reason why they are following the person they are following.
Maybe you're on Instagram, you see the person's visuals or whatever.
They are famous, or maybe the person has
Sorry. I'll just from what you say, I was just thinking about. You said the people you follow. For example, if you want to be a motivational speaker, you follow people that are motivational speakers so that you gain insight from them. So, don't you think as a person you should divert from career? Everything is not about career. Everything is not about your career. You as a person, you are not just a career. But career is something. For example, now me, I am a tech person. Okay, fine. I want to go. So like I have more, even as I'm here, we run match
that's not
So I'm a football person. I follow Ronaldo because I'm a fan of Ronaldo. Then I follow his wife. Then I see some things we do. Because he's somebody I follow, his wife is a model. Then I will, Instagram or Gini, they'll bring out other models as suggestions. See, that's how we are uploading things on social media. See, then we will see all those ones. Then from there, our insatiable desire we go, we look for more. You see, now it's leading to problem. How can we eradicate that from social media? Some people, some motivational speakers, they'll be like, social media is not, it is bad for the health. So when you get addicted to it, they will not be able to think right. And to some extent, they are right. When you are addicted to some things, you see, that's when you see people that are addicted to pornography, you see people that, yes, it's all stuff like that. So how can we,
That's what I think that's very. I want to say something. Like he said, it can be a policy tool as well. A businessman for networking and creating your guys and also many games. But also it can be a tool for a negative kind of thing. So one that has to be, one has to strike a balance.
okay, as the negative part of the country, one I think being the more discipline needs to come to the limelight of academic officer.
Professor Abraham Mastin is a professor of psychology, right? And in one of his theory, he developed something he called the hierarchy of being. Hierarchy of being. Okay. The first thing is what he calls psychological needs. We have psychological, we have social, we have seniority, and then the last one, which is the top of it, is self-actualization. Thank you. And when I read through that theory, everything, that has helped me to always weigh whatever I want to do.
Exactly.
If I want to do anything, I'll first of all sit down and ask myself some questions. What benefits can I derive from this? If it does not benefit me financially, economically, psychologically, materially, emotionally, in one way or the other, that thing must be able to benefit me. And if it does not, whatever you like to do, if you like call me a fish boy, I'm not interested. He said you are a third person. That's your career. Now, you follow Ronaldo because you're a football fan. You love football. What you derive from watching football is just the joy of it. You know, when your team wins or when your so-called player, your favorite player, maybe score, you'll be happy, you jubilate. That means psychologically, emotionally, you are gaining something there, right? Now, following his wife, I don't know if you want to be one there, but you have to
Curiosity.
out of curiosity. Okay. Now, let me now tell you something. As a youth, whatever you want to do in life, whatever exploration you want to embark on, you should be able to define what you are going to benefit from it. See, if you follow crowd, because this is where everybody, this is where they are going. And you do not know the purpose why they are going there. At the end of the day, you will end up wasting your time and you will end up wasting your precious time. As a youth, you should be able to define your purpose of existence in life. And that is what will shape your pursuit for your exploration.
Okay, so you know that, like I said initially, that your life,
Okay.
it's not based on your career. Anything about you, start your career, religious, moral, social, fashion, and many more, even economy, government, and everything. All of them together is what make you who you are. And there's no how we go to the Easter now based on the curiosity you have about a particular thing or a particular situation that is happening that it will not be did you know, and you will see other things. And out of that curiosity, this is what drives people speak on various things. This is what shapes people, whether good or bad. After the things that come out, then you will be curious of, okay, what is this one? What happened to this one? What is this one about? For example, this situation. I don't do anything about it, you know. Until I saw that one man beat his wife. Out of that beating, please. And I went to like, oh, he's even the one that sang the song. I went to listen to more of the song. See, I'm already absorbed. And know it's coming from social media. So how can we eradicate influence? It's going to happen. There is nobody
That's
like
okay.
that will know how to just we're
Can I
actually.
say something? The truth is, exploration, maybe a job set itself bad. And if you don't like, then definitely yeah, right? And the percentage of people using social media now, we have like close to maybe 90%.
Of course, we're energetic, yeah.
For example, Instagram. I use Instagram a lot. If I go to my Instagram, I'm looking for something on Instagram. So the temptation is always high. Like, I will definitely see another distraction on one thing or the other, right? But always remind yourself that this is what you're looking for. First of all, know like your stand. First, if you know your stand, like I cannot do this kind of thing, maybe it will help you to like you don't want to maybe. Yes, if I'm going on Instagram, just see maybe some people applicant and like that. Well, that does not mean you stay there. It happens. You can't control that.
Pop-ups now.
You can't. Yes, you can't control
Like
that.
ads. Yeah.
So your own duty just so you can about that kind of thing. Don't stay there.
I think that's where we come about discipline. Sure you get. So it's part of the control. You get. So if you are not a disciplined person, every ad that comes up or every pop-up that comes up, you want to look at it. What's going on there? Social media is full of distractions. We all know that. Not that there are not positive contents on social medias. There are many things, many valuable contents that can bless you, that can transform your life, that can turn you to a better you, through social media. You get. So, but it is you that need to define your boundaries. You have to be disciplined. You have to be focused. What's the purpose of surfing the net? What's the purpose of checking the social media? So what are you really looking for there? Are you just want to do it randomly, or there's a purpose? Okay, I want to find this, and I need to search for this and get the right information that I need concerning a particular thing.
And also earlier, somebody mentioned content.
Uh-huh.
Very important, actually. Content. The Bible that says content is the blessing. Yes, Bible wasn't talking about it. Because now, pastor wise, everything wise, first thing you know that this is what is trending in social media. But if you are not contented,
Don't you think that contentment drive people to all this? Now, that love of
I want to start from that word contentment and discipline. What actually is discipline? Discipline is just an act of knowing what to do, as per when to do it, and knowing the time to stop doing it. That is what discipline is. And this word discipline is applicable in every aspect of our life. Religiously, academically, financially, maritally,
In sports.
in fact, discipline is very, very important. Now, a guy that take his phone and on his data thing to Instagram, if you are not disciplined, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, if the battery of your phone is not off, sir, you will still be on that discipline.
All right. So
Honestly speaking, you will still be there. And at the end of that 6 hours, ask yourself, what did you really do? You discover that you don't do it.
content.
exactly. It happens.
Because
Yeah.
from the onset, you don't even have the main reason why
Yeah.
you open the Instagram. Some people, that which you are scrolling in, that content you are talking about, as you are looking at it and you are clicking like or whatever, some people are really making money.
Of course. Yeah.
that social media we're talking about is an avenue where some people advertise their products. And when you get to some people's page, the only thing you see there is their product. They always talk about their business 24/7. But to you, when you get there, what did you post? What did you talk about? Nothing. That is lack of discipline we're talking about.
So we must really define what we are doing with your phone and the data you are using to solve any
But yeah, sometimes most of the people that are all these influencers that are making money from right? Sometimes they just start like just checking. Just check. They will not even there to scrolling into that. Then from there, they get more followers. Then from there, people start paying them to advertise.
when they are adding value in form of content.
But they started from
Just something.
Yeah.
So now, sir,
Okay.
excuse me, for every a successful man, they have where they started from. The journey of the 1,000 mile begins next step. Someone that is on social media, maybe let's say Instagram for example, just scrolling in. Now, the person strolling in, he already has what he wanted in his mind for strolling in. Now, in the process of strolling in, he's getting what he wants, and from what he wants, he is now making good use of it in creating his own. It's different from someone that don't know that there is a social media on the Instagram. Let me just have Instagram account and let me just go there and see what is going on. Those ones, they are just wasting their money and their resources.
Wasting their time and resources.
You see, this social media we're talking about, some have made it for me and some they arrive and they destroy it. So there is nothing you can do about it. There is nothing you can do to control it. Even government cannot control it. There is level to which they can control it. I listened to a news. One country said they want to control the access of their children to all this information technology. That they want to make a law through which there is an age you must attain before you will be allowed to use phone. I said, well, that is just wasting of time to me. Because as a parent, you have it at home. And when you get home, and maybe you are sleeping or you are having your whatever, your child can go to your phone. And what you don't even know that exists in your phone, he already knows it. The way you cannot use your phone, he can use it. So in that case, how can government control that?
okay, if that one was some people from suffering, that's a suffering. All of us, I think you can use computer now. From when we were for how to read them how to use computer. Just go, open the computer, eat one thing, read on that, then stop. Influencers, if you listen to their story, if you listen to their stuff, how they then will just be checking. They just checking. Then something just come, bam, to grab, to enter. And this is not
You don't understand what it is. That person had before. You don't really go on initially. I'm not checking it. Initially,
it does not initially, it's not intention.
Then later on,
You understand? Initially,
then later on,
my brain initially, I didn't even think, I did not even have the intention of being the software together. Then from reading Kini, saying things, something, checking, I don't even know. I'll just do it, checking. This thing is cool, no? This thing,
then from there,
purpose
right? Okay.
you understand? Even sometimes, stop it.
Okay.
Give idea.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
It's also similar to what you're saying. Yes, even if initially you don't have a purpose, as long as we have been using this thing, I don't be lying, we're not using it for something good. you are channeling it to the positive
You're not
aspect.
wasting
You're not wasting your time and so you're not wasting your data.
There's
Yes.
value to
Yes.
those things
Yeah,
that
do
you
it.
get. So thank you everyone. All your contributions are very insightful. I've really gained a lot, I personally, from all your definitions, contributions, and then those things concerning controls and discipline. But I want us to come to the point whereby we'll be able to look at this topic also in the light of how can we really foster a culture, to foster a culture that can bring about value and authenticity to this youth exploration, especially their insatiable ones. Why I'm asking this is because I noticed that many youths now, if you check many youths out, what is in their head is to make money. Money. How will this thing turn to money? In fact, it's very rare to see a youth that will do any work for you free of charge. Yeah. So it's all about the money. Are you getting it? And when you give the money, they will still want more because they will keep exploring. Now, about this thing, we need to foster a culture. We need to talk about how to foster a culture that can bring about value to the authenticity. Are you getting me? And then this pattern, that can help you to understand that it's not all about money. The value should be in place. So how can we really foster a culture in this society that we find ourselves in? Yeah. I believe what we see now, if it's also applicable outside this country too, then we can just talk about it. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, in terms of fostering a culture, first of all, if you want to foster a culture, you have to foster number one, economic factor. Then you even go to the government. If there's a good government, some things will reduce. I know it might not be around school, but the economic factor is number one. Okay, so number two, parents factor. Okay, like we said, most like to be like, okay, you might say that okay, both parents, they're not good, but sometimes most of these parents they pressure their children. Okay, I want you to be successful. You can't be successful. You must be. In the process of pressuring, then the love factor of family disappear, which cause different concerns. Oh, I don't want to be like this. So I don't want my child to suffer when I go away. I don't want this to happen. So they are trying to change.
So that's the parental factor.
That's when parental factor. So
And the government has a
government has a factor.
Okay, so
Then we need just
religious factor.
religious factor because there are big insatiable belief because at the end of it all, you come to church. For example, you see the partners, and none of them are trying to who is best, and better than competition.
Okay.
Because of the lack of love. If you look at the disciples, all of them, they have one thing but the other they are good at.
Yeah.
But because of the love they were together. That togetherness was there.
So love is important.
Love is important. That's the religious factor. And we have to be together.
Okay, so thank you for that. You mentioned government, that's economy, parental, and then religious factor. So can we still also hear from the house? What other factors can really help to foster a culture that can help, deliver what we call value and authenticity to this youth exploration or the quest for youth exploring one thing or the other that they really want to achieve in life? How can we really foster a culture?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, cultures, just happen. That is individual. Like I went for one program, creating anything. First of all, I was talking about individuals, like people creating clean content. If you create clean content, you create, I create, everybody creates clean content. At least we'll be able to overstand the bad ones. So if ourselves can actually develop ourselves, like create good legacies of good name for ourselves, we'll be so like overstand the bad ones.
Okay, legacy. Okay.
You see, this society we find ourselves at, it's a society whereby they worship God. Honestly speaking, money,
Nobody, right?
if anything outside money is nonsense. That is this generation we are now. And they believe if you don't have money, you are an outcast. They will treat you as an outcast. Like he said, even in the church.
They will reserve your seat. They will put your seat outside.
They have purpose.
They are VIPs now, right? They are VIPs.
Thank you. Yes. And if they did not come to church, they won't want anybody to sit on their seat. It is reserved for them.
Okay.
That is church. When I was growing up in my own town, actually it's not a village, but we believe that everybody that come from overseas is called a village. Yes. So there was a house in that my own town.
Okay.
That house, you know, the way they built all those olden days, you know, they built it with mud.
Models, yeah.
But that house happened to be a two-story building. And grandma used to tell me the story then that when that house was built, it was the best in the whole of our whole town in that town. But as at the time when I was growing up, to be able to differentiate between my right and my left, nobody was living in that house. Why? Because whether it is true or it is not true, of which I know it is true, that man actually did money ritual to build the house. And because of that, he was treated as an outcast. Because that time, the society was not built around money.
That side.
Yes, that time.
Society was not built around
Around money.
not the actual influence.
If your money was not fitting, there was a time, you know, that was raining some years back, and of recent now, he has contact with government and blah 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 blah. I was told that his mother has never collected the guy from him.
Right?
Because what he was doing, the mother was not satisfied with him. Every time the guy went to the mother would be, you know, sending him out that this is not what I taught you. This is not who you're supposed to be. I reject this for you. I know a pastor of Blessed Memory. He's late now. His father happened to be a pastor, and his father knew very well that that man has deep his hand in what the old mom did. Anytime the guy went to the father and the mother, there is only one song that the father used to sing to you before he died. Is that you left Jesus, go back to Jesus. This is not how I raised you. Go back to Jesus. Whatever he brought you, whatever he brings to the parent, you know, the father will tell you, I don't need your money. What I need for you is to go back to Jesus. That was the song the father was singing till the guy died. If it is some parents of nowadays, they don't care where you get the money from. They don't bother. That is one form of thing. So while you are bringing it, your brothers, your sister, your friends, they don't care. So while you are bringing the money, they are spending it with you. And sorry sir, and because of that, youth of nowadays, they now have it in their mind that shit. After money, it is money. Without money, there is nothing else. And that's, you know, That kind of desperation has now led many of them into all this fraud, prostitution, and the like.
So it's if you have a child, you know, like your child, not doing that, thank you, me, I want to be seeing cellular with what do you do?
As in my child,
Your child,
now listen.
I think before we go into that,
Okay.
before we go to that, let's hear from them. So how do we really, how can you come in to contribute to what we are discussing here? What can we, how can we foster a culture that will bring about value and authenticity to the exploration of the youth are after? How are we really foster a culture? We have something to say before we go back to that, because as I'm saying that
But we can't really say this is very, very important to the child being essential. To be able to know what to choose. See, like my sister said before, she said, it's all the choice. Your parents have to choose what they need to do. It depends on what you need to do. So it depends on the child.
parental factor, depends on the child whether to receive that training or
No.
to. All parents just try to do their best and give the need to train the child the way it should go. Okay, so
Yeah, like I said earlier, the community is very important. How they bring up the child is very important.
yeah.
And she said something about individuals. We should strive for excellence. We should be influenced by the one within the company. We should find value. We must strive for excellence and not be successful for bureaucracy. I feel like I'm seeing after that.
Don't settle for mediocrity, rather settle for excellence. It's very important. Okay, so we've heard from them, heard from our guests, and they've really made some valid points regarding how to foster a culture, or what is needed to foster a culture, to add value and authenticity to whatever exploration the youth is after. And they mentioned about economy. The economy has a factor in place, the parental factor too must be in place, religious factor must be in place, society is important too, must be in place. But with all these factors, the child himself, him or herself, whether it's a child or a youth, has the final stage of making that decision, whether to be influenced by those factors or to go the other way around. Because every man, God gave man what we call a self-will to choose. Parents will try their best. Government too are trying their best. Society is trying their best. Religion too is trying their best. You can't say the pastor, the clerk, they are not trying their best. The imam, they are not trying their best. Society is trying their best. Everyone is trying their best. But it now comes down to the youth. What do you want to use to foster a culture that will help you in channeling your inspiration aright? It's very important. Alright, so thank you everyone. We really appreciate all your contributions. We appreciate all your examples that you use a live instance. I believe our guests at the house, our guests and our viewers too are really enjoying their time. Okay, so thank you our guests. Thank you our co-host. Do you have anything to say for Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you our viewers. For me, I've learned so much, and then I believe everyone seated here too have gained one thing or the other. We would like to encourage you to continue to watch this podcast. It's called at COD Podcast. You can search us on YouTube, Instagram at COD Podcast. Yes. So, and we would love you to please subscribe, like, press the notification button, and then please comment on our channel. We'll be glad to receive all your comments, and stay tuned till we meet again. All right, bye for now. With our conversation, let's talk, let's listen, let's play. Bye.